So last week I turned something that was not very easy. It was not very quick. I spent a lot of time making it, and people said they like it, but I'll never make anything like that. I really like some of the easier turnings. So today is going to be quick and easy. This is a piece of black walnut. I cut this round about 4 years ago. It's totally dry. There's a couple cracks in it, but you're not going to get much easier than starting with a round bowl blank. I didn't even measure it. I'm going to say it's 7 inches in diameter and I don't know, maybe 3.5, 4 inches thick. And you can see it's got a big knot on it. I'm going to put it on a worm screw, which I already drilled a hole for, and let's see if we can actually make it quick and easy and be a very pretty bowl, because it is black walnut. I don't advise people to do this if you're not comfortable, but on a round blank it's actually pretty easy to do. This is small. I probably don't need tail stock support, but we're going to use it, mostly because of maybe this knot. It's going to be a little bit hard to turn. Get it spinning a little bit, get that center in it. I'm going to sharpen up a 5/8 bowl gouge and we'll get going on this. Okay, I'm doing about 780 RPM and a freshly sharpened 5/8 bowl gouge. Got my heater going behind me. It's one of the radiator styles. I'm really liking it. It doesn't make any noise and it puts out nice heat. So let's see what we can do here. Alright, so I'm kind of letting the wood itself help me with the shape. So looking at the chatoyance, looking at this knot, we're kind of onto a shape that I like. I probably need to get rid of this bark. Because of that bark right there, this is, for me, it's a candidate to use a tenon, because I'd have to cut maybe more away to get down to put a recess in it. So I can get a tenon on there and not lose a lot of wood. Most of the time a recess will save the wood better, but in this case, because of that bark, maybe not. Let's finish getting it round. That's round enough. Yeah, I thought maybe that knot needed to go away, but I think it needs to stay. I'll switch to a 1/2-inch bowl gouge and work on this bottom, see what we have. See how far that bark goes, plus the knot. Well, it looks like that bark is going to hang in there. We'll cut some more off this direction, see where I hit solid wood. That is a real pretty piece of walnut. Yeah, I like it a lot. I think I'm just going to get this cleaned up and not take any more off because I'm seeing some really nice grain there. I'll go back to the 5/8. This is really hard, and I think I'll get a little more support out of the tool. I think I like it. Okay, we'll work on that bottom a little bit more, and we're just about done with this side. That bark started falling off right there, so I need to find out if I do have a strong enough tin in here. Have to shorten it a little bit. So I'm really still trying to decide between a tenon and a recess, and a lot of it has to do with what I don't have here, which is a nice solid piece of wood, meaning I got to go down into there anyways to get something. I'm going to go down in there. I might as well use a recess because I'm not going to lose any wood either direction that I go at this point. But I do want to at least try this out, see what it looks like as a tenon. That's already smaller than I can use. So we've just decided we're going to put a recess on this. Well, geez, make up your mind. Let's trim that off. I think I'm going to go have a cup of coffee. So I have decided on a recess, and a lot of the reason is the height of the bowl, but I don't really want to lose any more of that knot. Use a 1/2-inch bowl gouge to get most of this. I'll go ahead and use the dovetail tool to finish this off. Okay, I think that'll do it. I'll go ahead and finish up the outside maybe with the scraper, and then we can sand everything up. Well, I think that did it. I'll go ahead and get set up, do a little sanding. I'm really liking this area. This is going to be just so cool looking. And this. It's just got a little river of chatoyance coming down through here. Okay, I am ready to sand this. And I'll start with 80 grit because this grain right here just would not cut nearly as nice as this. I could start with probably 180 on that. I have the lathe running in reverse around 200 RPM, and that's because this piece of wood is really hard. I need to give a chance for the sandpaper to do its job. I'll sand it up to 400, and I might come back and have it flipped because the finish I plan on using, I'd like to do it all at the same time. Alright, I've got it flipped around. It's running pretty true. I need to flatten this off. Here's an area here where there was a crack in the wood, so I need to at least get down to there. Go back to the 1/2 inch bowl gouge. We'll get it flat, and then we'll start hollowing it out. 760 RPM. Well, that's pretty flat for the most part. I need to move the tailstock out of the way. It looks like maybe there was another branch. Oh, it's the branch on the bottom comes out up here. Oh, isn't that going to be fun? Alright, I have it on another angle. You can see the branch right there. It looks like it's going to be hard, but just look at this grain and the chatoyance. We can get through this. It's going to be one pretty piece of wood. Oh, I feel that knot. Oh yeah, there it is. Well, that is going to make it very interesting. But I want to try to take care of this top edge first. And that knot looks like it's part in the way. But I'm going to try to keep my tool straight up and down, get it started, and then we can open it up. Knot. I'm going to see if I have that all the way down. It shouldn't be. That looks like it might disappear up in here, which I hope is the case. I think I want to maybe make it a little thinner, but I'll take some of this out first. Cool. I think I got through that, most of that knot. That grain doesn't like me going this way. I think it's because of that knot right there. So I don't want to get that grain upset and cause some issues. Maybe a 1/4 inch more off. Starting from here. Kind of grows. Well, let's go from here and take some more off, and we'll check it again. I'm going to stop a lot. They're so close. Whoop, I hit you. We're so close, I don't want to mess it up. Yeah. Alright, I got a good measurement on there, and I have a 1/4 inch at that recess. That's as far as I'm going. I just have this little raised area there. I have to get rid of that, and then it's time to do some sanding. I'm stopping. I think I would probably finish it with the scraper. That's it. Alright, it is time to do some sanding. I'm going to go ahead and collect these up. I think I got you too far in. Collect those up, and I'll come back and do some sanding. Alright, I'm going to sand the inside, same process. I'll start with 80, sand it to 400, and we'll come back and then we'll put that finish on there. Kind of changing my mind a little bit what I want to do, but we'll find out when I get there. Lathe will be running forward this time and about 240. Get the dust collector going and we'll do some sanding. Alright, time to put a finish on it, and I've kind of changed my mind. I was going to use just a wax finish, but with everything I see going on in here, I want to make sure that gets highlighted. So I'll probably use 1 or 2 coats of shellac based sanding sealer, and then I'll wax it. I think that'll just keep that stuff highlighted like this chatoyance here. But before I put anything on it, I like to buff it out with the Scotch Brite. This is the fine. So we'll do it with the lathe running, the same as sanding. I'll show you that a little bit here, and we'll come back and we'll put some sanding sealer on it. Alright, I'll show you the first of probably 2 coats of this. Oh, yeah, look at that. It just brings everything out so nice. Look at this area here. That is cool. Beautiful piece of wood. Oh, yeah. Not as easy to turn as I was expecting because of that big old knot throughout the thing, but that's actually is what made it look so nice. I think it had a lot to do with what's going on here. Alright, that's pretty simple. I'll do the inside and probably get one more coat of this on and I'll come back and we'll put some kind of a wax on it. Probably Axe abrasive paste. The sanding sealer is completely dried. I want to show you what it looks like right now, which I think is real nice. But I'm going to go over this with the Axe sanding paste. I think it'll make it pop a little bit more, and it will make it really smooth. I do have a video showing how I use abrasive paste. I'll try to remember to put a link in the description for that. That way you can get pretty much nothing but how I do that. But I just get a nice amount on, and I'll have this going in reverse. And we'll get it up to about 500. And we'll just kind of work it in. Show you what it looks like now. Still has wax on it, but it's already smoother. So we just gonna keep working with fresh side of the paper towel, and when nothing else comes off, you're done. Now you can see the shine just popped up here. So I'll get the other half of that piece and we'll crank it up. I've got it at 800 right now. Let's go up to 950. I think you can see a lot more shine there. Yeah, look at that. Oh, wow. What a beautiful piece of wood. Now it feels like glass. Look at this right here. Is that not amazing? And then right here. It's hard to believe that piece had all that in there. Wow. I'll finish doing this, I'll turn the camera and I'll do the inside. There you go. Beautiful piece of wood. Alright, I will make sure it's all cleaned up and I'll get it off and show it to you. Well, I think I mentioned at the beginning this is going to be quick and easy because I'm starting with a round blank, and a lot of people don't have a bandsaw and they might end up going to the wood store and buying a round one. Well, that makes it pretty easy just to get going. Well, I cut mine round and it was pretty easy, but it wasn't as easy as some could be, and that's because this had a big old knot in it. See that? But I'm sure glad that big knot was in there because it created all that swirly grain and the chatoyance. Try to hold this so you can see all the chatoyance in it. You'll see it on the turntable for sure. And then on the outside, let's go back to that knot. There it is, right there. Look right above it. Look at all that chatoyance in here. That is just really cool. All the way around it. Another thing that makes it easy is it wasn't all that big. This ended up 6.5 inches in diameter. It's 2.5 inches tall. The walls are 1/4 of an inch, and it's 1/4 inch here on the base. I used one coat of Zinsser Seal Coat, which is shellac-based sanding sealer, and then I went over it with the Axe sanding paste, and that really brought the shine into it, just enough to show off the chatoyance. I think it just looks and feels great. I know I sure had a lot of fun turning this. I really love how it looks. I hope you like how it looks, and I sure hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked the video, you can let me know by hitting that like button. Also, leave a comment and tell me what you think. I love reading them all, and I do my best to answer them all. If you're currently not subscribed, please consider doing so. If you are subscribed, thank you very much. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. I do all types of turnings, and I love doing them all. Let me know your favorites. Thanks again, and until the next time, see you later.